Okay, so here's something I want to chat about. Um, Basically, I have a week. I was gonna say I have a week off, but um, I'm in a good accommodation now for August, so I might be able to post a little more stuff this month. We'll see. So here's a topic that isn't talked about a lot in the Muslim community. I haven't heard it anyway, so I'm gonna read this um, article by Ishma, uh, not so far back, um, and kind of hear community members' um, thoughts about boundaries. So let's hear it. So she says, growing up as a kid with social anxiety, I was afraid to speak up to people. Even saying hi or initiating casual conversation felt so burdensome to me. I couldn't imagine stepping up to more serious things like saying no and being firm with my boundaries to people, especially to those who hold positions of authority, like teachers or old family members. Saying no will ignite uncomfortable emotions from other people. They could be disappointed or even mad. And failing to please people used to make me feel really guilty and bad about myself. So instead of having the courage to be firm with my boundaries, I broke my own walls off and tried to play it safe. Well, it was only a temporary safe period because the lack of boundaries will only lead to more problems later. First of all, what exactly is a boundary? According to the dictionary, boundary is defined as something that indicates or fixes a limit or extent. In the light of our everyday lives, personal boundaries are guidelines, rules, or limits that a person creates to identify reasonable, safe, and permissible ways for other people to behave towards them and how they will respond when someone passes those limits. All right, here we go. In Islam, the concept of boundaries is clearly defined, starting from the main and most crucial aspect of our faith, which is having the correct aqidah. There are clear guidelines that ensure people to stay in the right path and prevent people from falling into shirk. There is also the concept of halal and haram, even in our daily life. There are so many delils which emphasize the importance of respecting personal boundaries. Okay. Generally, personal boundaries can be divided into three aspects physical. So you have permission to enter houses and stuff. And then these ayahs and hadith above teach us to respect the physical boundaries. Even if we are really close to someone, we still have to ask permission before entering their home or room um, because it's their personal space. Physical boundaries also include the boundaries that we set to our bodies, our stuff, and other physical aspects of our life. Another example pertaining to physical boundaries is the act of hugging might be a usual affectionate gesture within your family. Okay. However, within friends or acquaintances, the act of hugging has its own boundaries that vary for each person. Establish your personal physical boundaries and respect others' boundaries too. So, this is a boundary of faith, right? Surah Al-Kafirun. This surah is the perfect example pertaining to respecting mental, especially religious boundaries. This surah talks about the event in which some of the disbelievers asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to switch religion with them for a year. It was obviously a very disrespectful action, and Allah Azza wa Jal sent down the surah as a warning for the Muslims to be firm with our religion, while at the same time respecting other people's religion and not crossing the boundaries. Okay? Mm. In this life, we will meet so many people from different religions, race, countries, etc. Those people might have different religious values, traditions, insight, and other personal beliefs that they hold firmly to. It is important for us to be respectful and kind to each other, despite our differences. It is also imperative for us to establish boundaries regarding our values, thoughts, and etc. Okay, we're gonna get to emotional now. Whoever does not show mercy to our young ones or acknowledge the rights of our elders is not one of us. So, whoever, yeah, whoever has wronged his brother with regard to his blood, his wealth, or his honor, let him come and set matters straight before there comes a day on which there will be no dirhams and no dinars, only good deeds and bad deeds. And if he has good deeds, they will be taken and given to the one whom he wronged. Otherwise, some of the bad deeds of the one whom he wronged will be taken and added to his burden. Then he will be thrown into the fire. Islam is a peaceful religion which emphasizes the importance of good conduct and respect for people's rights. One of the main parts of Islamic etiquette is to maintain a good relationship with people and avoid enmities. Asserting our emotional boundaries help us to protect and improve our interpersonal relationships with people. Be clear with what you feel comfortable with emotionally. Don't hesitate to speak up when people treat you wrong or make you feel threatened. Why is it important to know and set boundaries? Everyone is in the middle of a life story, and your story is shaped by what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to. Okay, this goes a bit long.